to day 4 of our study of the book of 1 Samuel. Now when God regretted that he made Saul king, and the Spirit of the Lord departed Saul, now God had to anoint another king. So that's what happened. 1 Samuel chapter 16, David was anointed king by Samuel. So God instructed Samuel once again to anoint another man to be a king. Now David, during that time, he was still a young man. He was actually a shepherd. Not just a young man, but he was a shepherd. And you have to take note, when God removed his spirit from Saul, Saul still remained as king. It's not like he was deposed from his leadership. No, he still remained king. But even though he's a king, even though he still had the position, he did not have the Spirit of God. So that's one thing to take note there. More than what we have, more than the position, more than the possessions, more than what we enjoy, what matters really in life is really if God is with us. Because during that time, God was not with him. And God's Spirit went to another man, and a young man named David was anointed. So when he was anointed, so what happened is God orchestrated things so that David would be in the service of Saul. And eventually in the next chapter, 1 Samuel chapter 17, this is when actually David will rise to fame by defeating the giant Goliath. From a shepherd boy, a servant of the king, he became a famous warrior, a hero. So he was already celebrated. He was already a champion. So he had this praise and fame and flattery that Saul did not have, even though David still did not have the position. And you might wonder about this because it's a bit different. How come God would anoint David as king when he still would not serve as king? And how come God removed the spirit from Saul, but Saul still remained as the king? And what happened here, when Saul realized that David was special, he got envious. He tried to kill David. And remember, David was actually serving the king, Saul, in the palace. So Saul tried to kill David many times. David, in the good heart that he had, he did not want to fight back. David went on a run. The person anointed by God to be a king went on a run. He became homeless. He went running for his own life. And the person whom God had taken his spirit away, still serving as a king, the powerful man, was chasing David to try to kill him. What kind of situation is this? It's difficult to understand. The one that is supposedly blessed is running for his life, and the one that is supposedly not blessed anymore is still enjoying power and position. Life is like that. Why would God allow that to happen? It's because the principle for today is God values our character over our comfort. Maybe Saul was enjoying the comfort of the position of being a king. He's enjoying the fact that even though the people celebrate David more than him, they're still forced to serve him, to obey him because he's the king. Maybe he has that comfort. But God is molding David's character through the difficult situations that he's having. I heard this from someone. When you pray for courage, God will not just immediately make you courageous. God will throw you into situations where you will develop courage. When you pray for hope, God will not just give you hope in your heart. God will give you situations where you will be hopeful. When you pray to God for patience, God will not instantly make you patient man. God will give you circumstances wherein you can practice, exercise patience. That's the same thing about David. David was anointed to be the next king. He's anointed to be king, but Saul is still in leadership. So God is molding David's character, David's heart, so that he would be the king that Israel needs. The kind of king that would serve and honor God, unlike Saul. So remember, God values our character over our comfort. Are you experiencing discomforts in your life? Are you experiencing sufferings, trials? And you're probably wondering, if God is so great, why is He allowing these difficulties to happen? If God is so great, why would the Israelites die in the desert? If God was so great, Why would all these bad things happen to people who love God? Why do good people die from COVID? Why do good people suffer from cancer, suffer from poverty? It's because God values our character more. And in those trials, in those challenges, He's molding our heart, He's molding our character, because He's making our heart suitable for Him to dwell in us.